it's me, Infinity 8. First of all, thank you guys again so much for watching my previous videos. I really appreciate it. Those of you who may have sent me an inbox or given me some type of feedback or comments, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Tonight I want to talk about rejection and how to live with rejection. First of all, we have all been rejected. All of us have been rejected one way or another, whether it was rejected from a job or rejected by individuals or rejected because you applied to college and you didn't get accepted. You know, we all have experienced some type of rejection in one form or another. We've all experienced it. We've experienced rejection from being little. You know, you may not have been accepted to play with a certain group, especially, you know, when boys used to play football. And I can remember in my old neighborhood is they would divide up teams when they were getting ready to play football, and you had two people who had the opportunity to pick. So the two people who pick, you'll have a group of boys there, and they'll say, you know, oh, I want you. And then the other one pick, oh, I want you. And then you might have the last person there who probably was not the best football player or what have you, and they're left standing there. And so you may have, you know, that person with that last pick is like, man, come on, man, you know. So that is also a form of rejection. And so I think what the mistake that many of us make is when we're rejected, we perceive that as we're not good enough, or we're not valuable. But I just want to say that being rejected, it has absolutely nothing to do with you, and it has absolutely nothing to do with your worth or your value, because you are good enough. You know, God made you good enough. But rejection has more to do with the rejector, the person who's rejecting you. And I'm not saying that in a negative sense. I'm not saying that to say that they're wrong for rejecting you, because they're not. People have the right to accept whatever they want. Whether, you know, if it's an employer and you apply for a position and you have all of your credentials listed and you went in for an interview, and for whatever reason they chose someone else over you, you have been rejected. That doesn't mean that you're not good enough. That doesn't have anything to do with your worth or your value. It's just that what that particular employer was looking for at that particular time, you did not meet what they wanted. They may have thought that another candidate was a better fit for what they wanted. So people have a right to choose based upon what they want. It has absolutely nothing to do with your worth. It has absolutely nothing to do with your value. It's just, it has more to do with what that rejector really wants. And it's okay, because the same way that that employer may have rejected you, there is someone else, another employer, that may think that you're perfect. You are exactly what they have been looking for. They're looking at your credentials. They've seen you in an interview. They like your energy. They like your vibe. And for them, you are the perfect fit. You are exactly what they are looking for. So that still doesn't have anything to do with your worth or your value, because when you're accepted, you're still worthy. When when you're rejected, you're still worthy. It's just that what that particular person is looking for at that particular time, you are not what they are looking for. But that has nothing to do with you, and it's okay. Even in relationships, it can be a man rejecting a woman or a woman rejecting a man. It has nothing to do with your worth. It has nothing to do with your value. You're worthy, whether you're in a relationship or not. You are worthy. You are valuable, whether you're in a relationship or not. It's just that you are not what that particular person is looking for at that time. And it's okay. So if we would kind of just look back, just take a moment, y'all, just kind of think back to the times when you have wanted to be accepted, whether it was a job, an organization, a relationship. Just think about something that you wanted and you wanted to be a part of, and you were rejected, and you don't understand why you were rejected. You go through your whole phase or your whole process on, why was I rejected? Why wasn't I accepted? Or whatever the case may be. If you were to take a moment and to just kind of look at that situation, just kind of look back at that situation, 9 times out of 10, when you look back on the situation, you will ask yourself, I don't even know why I wanted to be accepted in the first place. I'm so glad that I didn't get that job. I'm so glad that I didn't get involved with that person. I'm so glad that I didn't get involved with that group. Because a lot of times when we want something, it's more of us romanticizing a situation, or looking at what that particular thing have the potential to be, or what we would want it to be. But it's really not exactly what it really is. So sometimes when we look back, we realize, I don't know why I wanted that. That really wasn't a good fit. I thank God I didn't get that, because rejection comes in so many forms. Sometimes rejection comes in a form of protection. Rejection can come in a form of protection. It's protecting you from a situation, and a lot of times it's protecting you from yourself. So the situation or the person who rejects you, it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with your worth. It has nothing to do with your value. But it has everything to do with that particular person, with that particular individual, and what they are desiring. What they are desiring and what they want. And what you have may not be what they want. And it's okay, because there is an opportunity for you, whether it's work, job, whatever, where you are exactly what somebody wants. You are it. You are exactly what someone wants. So, use rejection as the opportunity for you to just kind of keep it moving. And sometimes if we don't have balance in our lives, if we have emotional issues, if we have a lot of drama and trauma, we may be rejected for those particular reasons. And if that's the case, then it gives you the opportunity to improve yourself, to work on yourself, get some counseling if you might need it, talk to someone, that it may be that situation where you might need to do some self-care and some self-work, but for the most part, many times when we're rejected, we're just not meeting what someone is looking for at that time. However, you may be the rejector. We have rejected, all of us have rejected someone. So the same way where we have been rejected, we have also rejected someone. And when I look at my life and the people, situations, or things that I have rejected, it's because they weren't what I wanted. They were not what I was looking for. I have turned down jobs. I have turned down relationships. I have turned down certain situations because those individuals or that company or whatever the case may be or may have been, it's just not what I'm looking for. And it's okay. I don't feel guilty when I reject somebody or when I reject something. It's just not what I am looking for at that particular time. So rejection is life. So what I want to leave with you is when you are rejected, especially individuals who are who's more prone to I guess getting their feelings, you know, people with more sensitive, I guess a better way to say is more sensitive personalities, you know, people who are a little bit more sensitive, you know, really just to encourage you when you are rejected, there's nothing wrong with you and you are good enough. You are good enough. I don't care where you've come from. I don't care about your socioeconomic status. I don't care about your past mistakes. You are good enough. You are worthy. You know, each and every one of us have worth and we have value. And so being rejected or accepted does not prove your worth or your value. So if someone accepts you, that doesn't mean, you know, that you're it, or, oh, I'm worthy because this group accepted me, or I'm worthy because this famous person or this popular person or whatever the case may be, they've accepted me, so I have worth and I have value. No, you're not stable even in that, because if your rejection or your acceptance determines your worth and your value, you don't get it. You still don't get it because of the fact that, you know, you are created, you know, you are divine. God created you to be destined for greatness. You are fearfully and you're wonderfully made. Like, you know, you have attributes that no one else has. The footsteps that you walk in this life, no one else will ever walk them. No one else could be you. No one else have the exact same path that you have. Our path in life is like our own DNA. No one else has it. Like the people who you are destined to touch, the work that you are destined to do, the journey you are destined to follow, no one else can do that but you. You're the only one that could do it. I can't replace you. You know, your friends can't replace you. You're the only one that's called and destined to do it. You are you. And no one can beat you at being you. So embrace who you are. Walk in your purpose. Walk in your destiny. Have confidence. And don't review rejection as I'm not good enough. When we look back at Martin Luther King, and many people don't talk about this, but Martin Luther King was rejected by the Black community. A lot of people in the Black community, not everybody, but a vast majority of the people in the Black community rejected King. They said that he was making trouble for them. He needed to sit down. He needed to stop with these marches because he was making it bad for all of them. Even the Nation of Islam, they rejected Malcolm X. So even some of the greatest of the great have been rejected. They have been rejected. So anyway, so I can go on and on about who individuals who have been rejected, but I just wanted to just touch bases with you guys tonight and say, don't view rejection as I'm not good enough, because you are good enough and you are worthy. So anyway, thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye.